I felt intuitively inclined to turn on the camera today before I started my practice because I woke up feeling kind of sad and feeling, I don't like this, but you know, I have been like explain how I feel and why I decided to start this group. In some videos, I've referred to myself as feeling lonely. There's a song by this amazing artist that I love. She's one of my favorite artists, and her name is Sabrina Claudio. Highly recommend you listening to her music if you want to tap into, if you need an extra boost of confidence and you want to feel like a sexy, sensual woman, listen to her music. She has a song where it says, "I'm alone but not lonely." And that's how I feel on my spiritual journey. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could like share this with, you know, someone besides my mom and my boyfriend. And I guess, you know, if I'm honest, I used to, well, I don't want to go super back into the history of this because it's going to make me emotional and I haven't quite healed from it. But I will be putting out a video kind of telling my background, my story, kind of giving you guys a little bit of like history on me so you guys can get to know me a little better and where I come from and all the stuff like that. But I used to work at a metaphysical / spiritual store where they offered a lot of like services and products, like they offered services, products, and classes. Of course, the products were all metaphysical products like crystals, and everything metaphysical. And when I say metaphysical, I mean like spiritual. But yeah, crystals, tarot cards, oracle cards, candles, oils, herbs, all the things, books. It was an amazing store. And then they offered services, which I hadn't even heard of these services. Like, I didn't even hear about spirituality, or I didn't know this job that I used to work at is what introduced me to spirituality, and I mean, what awakened me to spirituality. And it was like the best place I could have started because it was actually like from very like, what do you call it? Like genuinely intuitive people who knew how to use their intuition in a like good way, I guess. Like they were trained to, anyways. But so there was services by actual intuitive people, and or I guess why do I call them that, actual intuitive people? But they were intuitive. And they were healers, is what I really like to call them. And they will offer these healing services. What do they call it? Healing sessions, where, you know, you had like your energy healing, you had your Reiki, chakra balancing. There's even past life regression. There was also the typical like intuitive readings, like if you wanted to know like about your life and, you know, blah blah blah, if you had specific questions you wanted to be answered and stuff like that. It was like, I swear, I feel like I entered a whole different like world when I was there. But anyways, during that job I connected to a really amazing healer, and we just connected so well, you know, kind of like I'm starting to realize that soulmates are not only like romantic, you know, they are also, I guess the word would be platonic. Oh, I'm already crying. Crap. I swear, is it a Pisces moon? Is the moon in Pisces today? Because I feel it. Oh, gosh. Why? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna judge my feelings. I just don't like crying on camera. I don't care if I'm crying personally, but like we just met and I'm already crying. This is not like typical. I swear it's the Pisces moon. Okay, yes, it's also my feelings too, but the influence, the energy is giving sensitive, and I'm already a Pisces rising and a Pisces with a Pisces Venus. Oh, I wonder if the moon is conjuncting my Venus sign right now. I'm gonna need to check that, because if so, I definitely feel it. Anyways, that's the mindset. This is how astrology people think. Especially like when you're advanced astrology. But anyways, yeah, I really believe like soulmates don't come through just romantic. They are also like friends could be your soulmates, or people that you meet in life that could be your soulmates, or like family, could be your soulmates. And It's so crazy that, and this is why astrology is amazing. I really believe that my one of my soulmates in life was that lady. That lady really was my soulmate, but I don't feel like I was hers. And that also goes, that happens. Well, or maybe, I don't know. But yeah, when I worked there, we were like, we connected, and she taught me I owe a lot to her. Everything that I've learned, everything, that I experienced during the start of my spiritual journey or awakening was very uncertain. And I went through the dark night of the soul, whatever they call it, when actually having an identity crisis and just questioning everything that I've learned in life, because obviously when you are open up to, you're awakened to spirituality, you really start to realize all the BS and the lies you were fed growing up, and and then also when you just start experiencing like things, connections to your guides, and you receiving signs from God or spirit, and it's like, am I going crazy? And and I would always call her whenever I experience any of those am I going crazy moments, and she would be there to reassure me like that no, this is like, she's experienced that, everybody experiences that at some point. And I can't wait to share all the knowledge that she has provided me to you guys. But I guess, yeah, and long story short, we kind of, I ended up leaving that job, quitting that job, which that's a whole nother story. But after that, we stayed in touch for the most part for a while. But then after that, it just, disintegrated. And I feel kind of partly responsible for that. And there's just so much. But I guess the point is, I miss a connection like that, and that's one of the reasons why I want to start this community, because I know how I felt when I, like, how just helpful it was to have somebody to be like, to like assure me like that what I was experiencing was valid and normal, and they understood, and and I really respected. She was also much older than me. I never actually got her age, but I could tell she would make comments, that she was like, older than what she looks, and she had like a family, and she had a kid. And I do believe like if somehow we had met each other when we were the same age, we would have definitely had a strong friendship and a long-lasting friendship. But I just believe we were at two different places in our lives, and I feel like she was like an angel. I literally feel like she was an angel sent to me by God through a person, and she was just at my life at the time that I needed it. And she changed my life. And I guess it's just a little sad to know that we don't, that's no longer a thing. She's no longer in my life. So anyways, ew, okay, I'm gonna stop saying ew. Feelings are not gross. I'm just saying ew because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing this on camera. But yeah, so I guess that is the whole reason why I'm starting this. That's one of the reasons why I'm starting this page or this community. And it's the next day after I started it, and like did some post explaining, talking about it, and I haven't looked to see it. I told myself I wanted to not try to like overly obsessed on like, oh my gosh, I'm really snotty. I'm gonna wipe my nose. I'm gonna wipe my nose with my clothes because I don't feel like getting up. Forget. This is just my robe. I can wash it. It's whatever. But yeah, as much as I wanted to like wake up this morning and just go and check to see if I got any like members or anybody joined the community, I didn't want to make that a habit. I kind of just want to put it out there and let it come organically if it's going to. Obviously, I'll probably check it throughout later in the day, because obviously if there's somebody on here that did join, and I want to be able to like say hi to and stuff. But yeah, so what was there was a reason why I freaking oh yeah, I woke up kind of feeling sad and lonely. Okay, the alone I'm not lonely thing. Yeah. So yeah, when I say I feel like alone but not lonely, that's what I meant by like I feel like I'm a lonely spiritual girl, or I want friends, because I don't feel quite lonely all the time, because I actually like and I feel like I'm very busy in my life right now and really focused on my goals and stuff, to where I don't really have much like time to, I guess, maybe process or feel these feelings that may be deep down inside of me, but I'm too busy all the time. But the moments, I guess there are moments that remind me like, hey, it would be nice to like have a friend or have someone that you can like, who gets it. To have someone that you could connect with and talk to and stuff. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is this morning is definitely one of those mornings or moments that I could say that I indeed am feeling the lonely feeling. And I'll be okay. It's not like it's a feeling. I've also learned that feelings are temporary, even though they may not feel like it in the moment. Life is full of highs and lows, ups and downs, twists and turns, happy, loving moments, and sad and frustrating moments. And that's just the flow of life, and you have to kind of like ride the wave like you're in the middle of a current, or you're in the middle of the ocean, and you just gotta let the feelings flow. And if you have to cry and release them, you definitely should, because holding energy in your body is unhealthy to your body. You are hurting your body by keeping that stuff in. You have to let it out, whether that's through a cry, whether that's through a scream, whether that's through, maybe a healthy way of expressing your emotions, especially when I do anger, is really doing, some breath work, doing a meditation, so all the things. So yeah, the point is though, I guess I kind of wanted to share this video to show you that this right here, my little happy place, you could do this anywhere, but just like on these days when I'm experiencing these emotions, I am reminded why my practice is important. Like how important showing up for myself through or meditating is important. My morning practice, my spiritual practice, my meditation, my journaling, and if I want, you don't have to, but pulling my oracle cards for extra guidance. I am tempted to look at my astrology today, right now too, which I usually like to do at the end of the days, because I have a thing where I want to see how real astrology is. And I feel like if I read it early in the day, then somehow I'm going to be influenced by it. And like, I don't know, I just feel like I would rather just live my day and then check my astrology at the end of the day and be like shocked that, oh my gosh, like this actually did happen, or I actually did feel this feeling today, rather than like seeing it early in the day and like, I don't know. So I'm probably going to wait to check my astrology at the end of the day, and we'll see. I'll share what my astrology says, and if it predicted how I may feel and what I may be going through today. But yeah, so yeah, I guess to wrap this up, because I really need to start doing my practice now, is that during the times, this is why I would like everyone to establish their own either like spiritual practice or morning ritual or whatever you want to call it, because it's good to just do every day, so you get on the habit of connecting to your body and centering yourself and quieting your mind, so you can feel centered, and you can also build your intuitive muscle. But it's also important on the days where you really need it, or when life really tests you, or you really do experience feelings and you need to process those feelings. And a lot of times, especially with me in the past, I would process that through like distracting myself, going on social media, or listening to a song that made me sad, which is okay if you do that. But I really feel like if you want to understand what you're feeling, which it should be the goal, so you can actually like heal from it and learn and grow. If your goal is to grow, you have to sit in those uncomfortable feelings, and not do things to distract yourself. Because if you're distracted, you're not tending to the problem, or you're not really, So as hard as it is to show up during times where you just want to cry and sulk in your feelings and play the victim role, why me, or all these stuff, it's not doing anything for you. You could do that. Matter of fact, you can have your moment, give yourself, okay, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you need to just soak. But then after that, you need to come to yourself and get centered and, do your meditation. Take some deep breaths. But really, yeah, do your meditation. And I'm going to talk about, I think tomorrow I will like go into more detail, and maybe I think, if I have some people by the end of today, then I will do my first Sunday hangout session, or virtual hangout session. And through that, I really want to talk about like how to really establish a daily practice where you can learn to meditate and all this stuff like that, and what has helped me on my journey of meditating daily and everything. So that is how I that's my update for this morning. And I'll share. I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna journal, and then I'm gonna pull some oracle cards, and I will most likely put a post on my Patreon on here. Well, on my Patreon, because I'm probably gonna post this video everywhere, but I obviously want to bring people to the Patreon. So if you I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but anyways, I'm gonna be posting what oracle cards I receive and the meanings of it on my Patreon. And yeah. So yeah, that's it. See you later today.